Hi everyone, Infinite Kaz here, and welcome to another Splatoon 2 weapon guide. In this video, I'm going to be going through the mechanics and playstyle of the longest range shooter in the game, the Jet Squelcher. Before we begin, I want to say thank you for all the support on my Hydra Splatling guide, so I hope you enjoy this one just as much. Please remember to like and subscribe as it really helps me out, and with that out of the way, let's get right into it. The Jet Squelcher is unlocked at level 17 and gives players who may not be familiar with long-ranged weapons a chance to dip their toes into the role of a backline. It has an impressive range of 82, more than the heavy Splatling, Bamboozler, and just slightly less than the vanilla Splat Charger and Hydra. This allows it to easily compete with other support weapons, and while it may be easy to pick up, it's still a great choice to play in a variety of situations. It may not be used as frequently in competitive anymore, but I find that the Jet works well in solo queue and is a safe pick for any random assortment of weapons you may find in ranked. The Jet Squelcher takes 4 shots to secure a splat, with each hit dealing 32 damage. This means that even if your opponent heals slightly, you should still only need 4 shots to finish them off. Because it's high damage for a 4-shot weapon, weak opponents can be picked off faster, as 3 direct shots deals 96 damage. However, compared to most shooters, it has a slow fire rate, so in close quarters you most likely will not win against an N-Zap or Splash-O-Matic. The Jet Squelcher is also not as accurate as other backliners, which makes head-on confrontations even more unfavourable. However, the Jet Squelcher is a very mobile backliner, as its shots can easily be used to provide pressure and assist your teammates. The Jet Squelcher has 2 kits, the vanilla which has Toxic Mist and Tenta missiles, and the custom with Burst Bombs and Stingray. The custom is the more common variant, but either choice can be effective provided you play to match the kit style. The vanilla has by far the more supportive kit, with a non-damaging sub and a situational special. The custom Jet's Burst Bombs are perfect for close combat, and the Stingray can be used to take the objective away from the other team, especially in Rainmaker and tower control. While the Jet Squelcher is a backline, it's one of the most flexible long-range weapons due to its class. Because it's a shooter, it provides a continuous stream of fire and isn't very ink heavy. You can fire for a decent length of time without any refills, with a base 1.6% ink consumption. Being a shooter also makes it less vulnerable to a sneak attack. Most other backlines need to charge their shot to some degree, and because the Jet doesn't need to do this, you can surprise your opponents and move about easier. As a Jet Squelcher, you should have no issues spacing out slayers or midliners, which always makes you a valuable asset to the team. When fighting a 1v1, it's vital that you stay as far away as possible, and if your opponent tries to approach you, you instantly back up and reposition. The sub-weapon of each kit can help you sway 1v1s, but each in a slightly different way. When playing support, you shouldn't be focusing on hunting down opponents, but securing key areas of the map and building your specials. The Jet's mobility makes it easy to change position, but on many maps, such as Moray Towers and Mount Maria, it's easy to adopt a single position and only move forward with the rest of the team. It's your role to help any teammate with a 1v1, whether that's throwing your sub or directing your fire at the enemy. Throughout the match, there are many instances where you will be the difference between life and death, and hunting for kills instead of helping your team is a huge mistake. Your position also matters throughout the match, as your teammates rely on a safe jumping point if they need to escape a bad situation, without having to return from spawn, which wastes valuable time. The vanilla sub, Toxic Mist, provides a cloud of poison that slows down squids that move into it, making them easiest targets for your shots. Toxic Mist also slowly drains your opponent's ink supply, and if they run out of ink, they turn into an easy target. The custom Jet sub, Burst Bombs, provide more direct support. A direct hit deals 60 damage, while a splash hit does between 25 and 35. This disrupts an opponent and slows their mobility, but also reduces the number of shots needed to take them down. The burst bombs are much more useful when dealing with slayers and providing direct pressure, and the custom Jet is the only backliner to possess such a sub-weapon. Burst bombs can also help to paint key areas of the map quickly, as the Jet isn't a very consistent painter. The vanilla Jet special is the Tenta missiles, which only needs 170p to charge. Once activated, they lock onto your opponents and shoot a barrage of deadly missiles in their direction. While it's unlikely that you will pick up a splat, the Tenta missiles are perfect to disrupt an opposing push or locate any flanking enemies. Once locked and released, you will either send 5 missiles per person you locate, or 10 if you only find one opponent. Missiles work best in teams, as you can call out the positions to your teammates and then push accordingly. On another hand, the custom Jet Stingray, which needs 180p to fully charge, provides instant pressure and is the preferred choice especially in solo queue. The Stingray has infinite range and can shoot through walls, however it reduces its damage. The Stingray is used to provide pressure on the objective and allows your team to easily push. Most of the time, it's used to kill the Rainmaker carrier and force people off the objective and tower control. Overall, I prefer the custom Jet due to its offensive sub and Stingray to rely on, but there's still value in the vanilla, it just doesn't match with my playstyle as well. When it comes to matchups, the Jet performs well against midliners and slays from a distance, providing you have the range advantage. Smart opponents will constantly stray to try and avoid getting hit, and a burst bomb or toxic mist can help to mitigate that, but you still need a good aim to win the fight. The Jet struggles against splatlings and chargers, however if you manage to sneak up on them you should have no issue taking them out. The worst situation a Jet can be in is stuck in the opposing team's ink, so it's vital to back out of any situation you don't like the look of to save your skin. If somebody knows where you are, you may want to avoid a head-on confrontation, as your slow kill time probably will not beat out your opponent, especially if they have a deadly weapon such as a sniper or ballpoint. In splat zones, the Jet Squelcher is best used to keep watch over the zone and defend from anyone that manages to sneak in. The main weapon's impressive range allows you to reach across any zone with ease, which is perfect for defense and offense. The Tenta missiles are perfect for taking control of the zone and scouting enemies nearby when defending. However, if you are more skilled with any other backline, you may want to use that in zones, as the Jet is weak to snipers, which are prominent in this mode. Regardless, either Jet variant is a solid pick for zones and can be paired with another anchor if your team is lacking in defense. The Jet Squelcher plays well in tower control, as its spread of shots allows you to pressure anyone riding the tower with ease. A burst bomb followed by a barrage of fire is enough to free the tower from any opposing squids, and the Jet's range allows you to do this from a safe distance. The Stingray is the perfect special for tower control, and can be used to end overtime and cause sure disruption to any push by the other team. The Jet is also the perfect weapon to ride the tower with, as it's not as vulnerable as other slow backliners such as snipers and the Hydra. The Jet works even better on smaller yet open maps such as Macromart, Inkblot and Schellendorf, where it can reach key places with ease. The Jet Squelcher also works well in Rainmaker, as it can quickly adapt to the hecticness of this mode. You can either carry the Rainmaker or be the main supportive role depending on the situation. The advantage the Jet has over any other backline is its ability to sneak up on the Rainmaker and quickly take it out. While you shouldn't be doing this on most occasions, it can be a good tactic if the rest of your team is preoccupied with their own fights. The custom Jet Stingray is perfect to shut down a push from a distance, as the Rainmaker is very easy to follow. The Jet's mobility also helps you to fight the Rainmaker directly. I would recommend the Jet for Rainmaker, especially if you are not very confident with snipers or splatlings due to its kit and improved mobility. Lastly, the Jet Squelcher performs well in Clan Blitz and shines in a mode that snipers struggle with. Throughout the match, you should focus on mid control and collecting clams that spawn on your side of the map. The Vanilla's missiles are perfect to quickly aid a push and target enemies near the basket. The backline in Clan Blitz should be constantly aware of the clams spawning onto the map to help your teammates build up power clams then push. Unless you have a power clam, you should not super jump forward, as the Jet does not have the offensive power to survive in the heat of a fight, but instead you should position yourself away from the basket to act as a jumping point for your teammates to escape from the action. When picking out gear for the Jet Squelcher, it's important to consider how you want to fit into your team, depending if you want to play support or go more offensive in solo queue. Personally, it's best to focus on the main weapon, so abilities such as Ink Saver Main are great in a range of situations, as it allows you to fire for longer periods of time. Ink Recovery is also useful, but you should be wary of stacking it, as the more you add, the less effective each new sub becomes. Therefore, I only recommend a couple of subs max. For the vanilla, Toxic Mist is surprisingly expensive, so some Ink Saver sub can be very useful. I don't recommend it on the custom though, as burst bombs are much cheaper, therefore the kit is less ink hungry. Ink Resistance Op is very useful to escape from situations, but a main of the ability is more than enough. It may also be worth running a sub or two of Quick Super Jump to help in tight situations to save your special. A huge part of the two Jets kit's playstyle is their special. Special power-up is not worth running on either weapon, as on missiles it only increases the size of the target area, and on the Stingray it only slightly increases the duration, but the small benefit's not worth it. On the other hand, Special Charge Up is a good pick for both weapons, as their specials are already affordable, and you can spam them easily with a main of Special Charge. Because you should be dying the least, Tenacity can also be a good pick to help charge your special, especially to help defend in die situations with the Stingray. Abilities such as Comeback and Quick Respawn are nearly useless, as you should not be dying as much to get use out of the gear space. That aside, it's important to try different gear sets and find out what works for you. Play with the Jet and work out what you need to improve your gameplay, and unlike weapons such as Splatlings and the Splattershot Throw, there is no number one ability that every player uses. Overall, the Jet Squelcher is an interesting pick, which can be used as great support across all 4 modes. It's easier to pick up than other backlines, but hard to master with its need for perfect aim. It's not a weapon for everyone, but has a niche as a shooter backline. It may be outclassed in the current competitive scene, but it's a great weapon for ranked and a weapon that never hurts to have in your arsenal. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please remember to like and subscribe, it really helps me out, and I will see you all next time. Bye!